Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Shop Talk. Ask a Coin Dealer. So basically, what we're going to be doing is talking about coins, talking about gold and silver, these high prices, or are they really that high? Where the premiums are at. Who I got with me right here is this guy right here.
You mean that guy?
Yeah, that guy. Mike from Mid America Coins, the host of the Tulsa Coin Show, which is going to be in June 2024 this year. So you don't want to miss it. Tell us a little bit about yourself, about the show, what's going on.
What's that, sir? I'm sorry.
I said, tell us a little bit about yourself, about the show for anybody that
Oh,
has.
yes, guys, we got a show coming up in June. As you all know, the U.S. Mint's going to be there.
But they don't know who
Grading
you are
company.
yet.
We got
The
a few
new
different grading companies actually going to be there. We'll have a surprise guest there. We will not mention their name. You guys just got to come to see.
And that's the 5th annual Northeast Oklahoma Coin Show. Well, to start off, you're going to have the U.S. Mint and CAT grading service. Isn't this, as the flyer says, their first time in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
First time in Oklahoma, period.
And since he didn't introduce himself, he is Mike from Mid America Coins, just for the folks that are new.
Well, you already introduced me, sir, so I didn't feel like it.
I thought you should do it too. You know, it's just a thing. Okay. June 13th, 15th, 2024, Thursday, June 13th, noon to 5. The public can get in there. The 14th on Friday, 9 to 5. And the 15th, 9 to 4. The public is welcome. So, do we got, can early birds get in on that?
Early birds can get in on that. I believe, did they put the price on there?
No, I don't see it.
Oh, well, I guess they'll be surprised then.
Yeah.
Early birds are going to be $50 to come in early to the show, but you get in on setup day and, you get in every morning with the dealers. It's good for all weekend.
There you go. And it's connected.
Or it's free to get in if you wait till the time.
It says next to, it's more like connected to the Marriott in Tulsa Southern Hills. And if you want to advertise, right below on the right side, it says Marriott there.
There was a reason why we put next to there, sir. The hotel and convention center, because of security reasons, does not want to open the door that connects them so they can monitor better. So you got to go out the front door and walk over to the other front door to go in.
Oh, okay.
It's a security reason. So we figured we'd just put next to.
There you go. So it's next to, because you got to walk around. So now I had a statement. It's since gone that when I first made this public, this show, there was a statement on here that was talking about submitting error coins or varieties rather to Annex, NGC, and PCDS. Is it worthwhile? What's your thought on that? And I believe it was Montana Fox that did it.
Okay, on error coins, guys, it really depends on the coin itself, which error it is. I mean, some coins are worth it, some aren't. Excuse me.
Well, bless you, Kazunai. Okay, so that I guess pretty well covers that. I feel that if it's an error, I think it was more pointed to where slight errors, if you're not sure if it's an error. I think if you're not sure that it's an error, it would definitely be more wise to send it to Annex over PCDS and NGC because of cost. Also, the fact that they recognize more varieties than the other two graders, do they not?
They do. And guys, just remember this. They are bringing some people, both of the companies, and we're going to call it Ask the Grader, because they will kind of help guide you. They're not all about the money. I sat down and talked with them and everything. They're going to do just like me. They're going to look at it. They're going to tell you if it's really worth the grading. If it's not a nice high value $100, $200 coin, I'm going to say no, it's not worth grading.
Even
because of the grading fees.
Even if it's with Annex, or unless you just like
$100, $200 coin, I just feel more comfortable putting that into a holder. A $50 coin, because even with Annex, you're going to pay about $24 to $30.
Yeah, because you
Grade a
got
coin.
shipping both ways and paperwork fee and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Annex is less expensive. I think they charged me. I sent some Overton bust half in case you guys didn't know where Overtons were. I sent some of those over to Annex, and they charged me. I want to say
$24. That's what they
uh,
charged me.
it was like $200 and something dollars for like 8 coins.
Yeah, then
Yeah,
about
so right
$24.
around there.
Yeah, they charged me $24 per coin. Plus, I had to pay the shipping.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, they're good people over there. I know the fella
I
that
can't
runs
knock
the.
them. I'm going to see them this weekend at the show in Chicago.
They're good people. So anyway, if you guys got any questions, please begin your questions with 3 question marks so as it will be more easily seen, and also I can highlight it, and that will be more helpful. The more questions you ask, the more active the stream will be. So let's roll over to what is going on with gold and silver. Seriously, what's happening? I noticed today it's up to like $2,280. And it might even be higher than that now. I don't know. What are we looking at now? We're looking at $2,283 is where it's at this very moment.
Yeah, 283. Don't forget the 40 cents.
Oh yeah, gotta count it for it. And then silver. I mean, even silver is up over a
It's up
dollar on
over
the day.
26. It's like 26,
26,
22.
22. Yeah.
Yes.
So what's going on with that?
Well, guys, I think the market's finally waking up.
Before we get
expect
into
silver
talking
to pull
about
back?
that, do you expect silver to pull back? As I've said all year long, I'm stronger on silver than gold. I think silver has a little bit more room to run. I do expect to have a few pullbacks. Where or how far, when, I don't know. But I do expect some kind of pullback at some point. But I think silver is going to run a little bit better than gold this year.
Now, remember, guys, when we give these numbers to you, we're just giving it what we think. We're not actually experts at this, but I've been doing this a real long time. Keith's been doing this a real long time. But I also reach out to other dealers like me that deal in a lot of bullion. We're expecting and we're feeling that maybe this month's going to be that $30.
Look at that. An avid watcher from Canada, Dan Root. Keith and Angel, you are my lucky charms. Well, thank you, Dan. We really, really appreciate your support, my friend. Yeah, I just think silver is going to be a much better prospect for investing than gold. Now, we were talking about, I mean, what is going on as far as the wholesalers? What are they doing with the larger pieces of gold, the smaller pieces of gold?
Well, guys, it's been a long time. I'm talking like 82 since I've ever thought this would ever happen again. There is so much gold hitting the market right now. And I think a lot to do is people think it's at its highest point. I'm telling you, it's not. I know it's going to go higher, but here's the thing. I said this in Seeker's video, and I also said it on Coin Crew's video. This was a year or two ago. What I said was, if the market starts getting flooded with gold, I don't care how big a dealer you are, eventually you have to go somewhere with it. I'm talking with different foundry companies, what they're starting to do with some of this. They're starting to melt it down to turn it into jewelry gold because there's so much gold coming on the market and the buyers are stepping back a little bit.
And the reason, if I'm not mistaken, the reason why they're turning it into jewelry, 14 karat, 10 karat, 18 karat, is because it's more profitable for them.
It's more profitable. They can't sell it to people like me because we're actually some of us guys will dump some of it to them. Because here's the thing, everybody, yes, even though we get millions of dollars in every year, we spend millions of dollars. Somewhere along the line, the money runs dry. Well, we're not broke. We're sitting on all this gold and silver and stuff like that. That what happened. Silver, I'm not really sitting on. Gold, I got a lot in, got a lot for sale, and I got a lot of good deals right now. Them will eventually run out, but I'm telling people it's not time to be dumping, but they are.
Yeah, and what's happening, and a lot of people are getting, I guess you could say, sideswiped by it. They're seeing these 1 ounce gold coins becoming reduced in cost. But yet, when they go to buy the fractional gold, it's doing just the opposite. The premiums are literally going up on those. Why is that?
I think more and more people that want to do gold would prefer to buy a little 1/10 ounce gold than to buy an ounce. Just remember, on a lot of the sites, I went through them today, they're up 300 and over. Is that a good number? No, we're not at 3,000 an ounce. There's guys like me that are selling it like 265, 270. Yes, it's still a premium, but I don't feel them premium numbers are ready for that height. That is
You
my
don't think
opinion.
they're ready for the 275, or you don't think they're ready for the 300?
The 300 plus.
Yeah, I think they're ready. I don't have a problem moving them at 275 myself. I'm having trouble holding on to them at that level.
Let me do something here.
Ooh, he's doing something. As long as you don't push a button,
I won't push a button.
because when you push buttons, you usually exit the stream. Oh, he just pushed a button. No, he didn't. I did that.
Okay, here we go.
He wasn't even looking.
No, I did not look. I'm pulling something up here. I want to look at, because I was looking at these sites today going, wow.
And this, Frank is pointing out that gold will go from its now unaffordable position to unobtainable. And that is a possibility. So everybody that's selling their gold now, and if gold continues to rise, I'm not saying it's going to be 3, 5, or even 10,000 an ounce. I'm not no, hey, miss it before it gets out kind of guy. Before it goes through the
Okay.
ceiling, the roof.
Now listen.
What
I don't know if you can see
what I'm
this. Let me
saying,
see.
what
Let me
I'm
see something.
saying is, if you
This is
buy,
money metals. Look at this. As low as $317.23.
look at
That's
that.
as low as. Now let's pop it up. Let's see what
But
they mean by that. Oh, here we go.
that's
You're
money
going to pay
metals he's talking about.
for 1 through 9. You will pay $323.23. This is one of my competitors. This is Money Metals. They're
Maybe I'm
all
too
they're
cheap.
all up there. Let's pull another one. Let's just look one more time. One more. Now
But
this.
what I'm saying is, if gold keeps getting to the point and it's getting unobtainable, and you guys are selling your gold or your silver, there's going to be a point where you literally get priced out, because you're going to sell it one day and try to buy it back at a lower cost, but it never hits that lower cost. So you wait and you wait and you wait, and then it goes. I'm going to go back to this rule that I've talked about over and over again. Be diligent about buying your silver, your gold. Pick a dollar amount and always buy that amount as you can afford it. Don't go into hawk to buy it. But don't, oh, I just don't want to buy it this week because it's a little higher than normal. Don't do that, because you're going to fall into what Frank Mons is saying here in this statement. You're going to go from unaffordable to unobtainable. So it's very important to be consistent. Consistency will win the race every time. It's just like in them cartoons where Wimpy, he sits there and races Brutus. He goes slow and steady, and he always ends up winning. So there you have that. That's my thoughts on the unobtainable situation. It doesn't have to be. So I want to welcome everybody. I know I didn't say hi. So hi,
Okay,
everybody.
these are random years. These are
Thank you for
random years
coming.
by JM. They're doing it 30 as low as 307. Let
Let's
me
see
pull
it.
this up.
Let's see it.
Let's, but guys, I went to SD. Guess what? They are selling at basically the same price as me. Actually, they're $2 cheaper than me. So that means I will sell them at 265, so I can be cheaper than them. They're at 268.
Oh, look at him. He's undercut. See, that's why I never give him my price before he gives me his. He tells me
But
his price.
anyway,
I'm like,
guys,
okay, I'll be
I'm just
$2
saying
higher than you.
that shows me that SD agrees with me. We're not ready, but almost everybody else on the web is 300 plus.
Yeah, if I was to sit there and go into work tomorrow and I tell people 10,000 gold is 300, they would look at me like I'm crazy. They'd be like, where do you
Yet
get
there
these
is
prices
people out
from?
there that's ordering offline that will pay it, and then they bring it to me, and I got to offer them less,
Mr.
and then I show
DuPont
them what I
said,
would have sold to them for.
what are you buying gold? What's a better investment right now? Bullion or pre 33?
I'm going to tell you right now.
If you're buying gold, what's a better investment? Old
I'm going
gold or
to
new
still
gold?
say bullion, but and just remember, I got a ton of old gold. But see, the good part about old gold, you can buy it around melt from me right now.
I like old gold. I just like old gold. So we're both buying. It's just a matter of the numbers we're buying at, depending on how much is coming in at the time. As you know, we both own coin shops. I've got my coin shop in Muskegon, Michigan, and Mike over here has his coin shop in Grove, Oklahoma. So we're always buying. It's just a matter of buying at the level that makes you happy, buying at a level that jives where we don't lose out trying to maneuver it, I guess you could say, to our retail clients. Because these guys, they're buying a lot of these other dealers, and I'm not going to say anybody in particular, they're buying low and selling high. And that just, if you're going to buy low, sell low. If you're going to buy high, sell high. I, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You just can't do it.
Now,
You
most of
can't
you
buy
guys that
low
have
and
dealt with
sell
me
low.
know I buy on the market today. That's
Yeah, and that's understandable. I usually buy gold and I tend to sell it for less sometimes. I don't know how that happens. Throw it up in an auction and I sell it for less than I could sell it to another dealer for sometimes. It's just the way it goes. But that's the fun of it. So not a lot of questions tonight, guys.
well. Did you tell everybody how they needed to do it for you? So we
Yeah,
can
I
see 'em?
told them question marks, guys. Because see, I'm not looking at the YouTube side of it. I'm looking at the StreamYard side of it. And if I don't, when you highlight my name, I may not see it. If silver jumped to $100 an ounce too fast, you don't fear the seller's rush. No, I don't fear them because if it jumped too fast, I would immediately look at what my buyers are paying. I wouldn't worry. I don't worry too much about where it's at. I worry about what can I sell it for, and then I try to buy a little soft of that. Not soft, but just a little back of that. What about you? Would you fear it if it jumped to $100 real quick? I mean, I would fear everything going on around.
Honestly, it's already done that.
No, I'm saying I would fear it going everything that's happened to make it get to 100, but I wouldn't fear the silver price itself. Are silver premiums on the rise now, Mike?
They are guys on Eagles mainly, not so much on silver rounds. And just remember they are starting to push delivery dates back again on Eagles. But yeah, silver prices are still holding at a decent price for rounds.
Frank Mon goes, don't worry about selling gold at auction too cheap, Keith. I will let you know when you are too low. Promise. Basically, what he's saying is, if you're too low, I'll be the one buying it. That's what he's
That's what
saying.
he's saying. I got it.
I got it.
I
He'll
like
say
the
he'll
way
buy it
he
low if he
thinks.
goes, but you'll know it's too low if Frank's the one that buys it. That's what he's telling you guys. So yeah, guys, here we go. Donald Lehman found a 1944 Mercury dime DDO, that's double die obverse for
Yeah.
people that don't understand that, but can't find any references. Need guidance, sent pics to email. Let's see if I can find that email. When did you send the pics, Donald? Oh, right here's the pics. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to look at this. We're going to screen share this and see if we can't get this here and see what it looks like. Okay, here's what we got. Let's make it big. I'm
Hmm.
not seeing much.
No. I don't see enough doubling to call it that. Unless I'm missing something.
Okay, we're looking at the LI.
The B. I
B.
don't see it, bro.
I see a little bit below the T. There's something there
That's
below the
not
T,
strong
but
enough to call it a double
that's
die.
yeah. So Donald, and people in the chat, what do you think? There's a little bit of something here, but I think that's just a regular
That's
initials.
normal for a war one.
Yeah, Donald, I don't see anything. What do you guys in the chat? Do you see anything here, or does it just look like it could be just a slight die shift? Yeah, and is there a known? I do not know of a 44D DDO, but again, it's something we want to check out. Somebody in the chat asked, so we're showing the pic. So 949 says no, don't see nothing. Invisible Rand says nothing. Silver Patriot says nothing. Let's go ahead and scroll back up to the top, nice and slow. Give people a chance to look at it one more time. A lot of these guys, Donald, that are looking at this, they've been doing this for a while. Some of them are new. I do see a little bit of a scratch there, but that's not what we're looking for. This is
We're looking for the
clear
doubling.
pitch.
I don't see it.
Yeah, Donald. I'm not seeing it, my friend. Mudswat does know quite a bit about this as well. It's not there, my friend. Not there. I am so sorry. I wish you did have some. Yeah, guys, if you get something and you want us to throw it up, we will throw it up for you and give you our opinion and give you the opinion of everyone in the chat. That's not a problem. All you have to do is say, "Hey, I sent you an email," just like that, and it's that simple. I will sit there and show it. Definitely weird. It is.
I was looking at that. I was looking at that. What he said.
What?
I was looking at the Invisible River.
Okay.
He says the G in good looks weird.
Okay, he says, okay, multiple picks sent. Let's go back to it real quick. Okay. Why am I? Okay, so you're talking about. Okay, he sent multiple picks. So let's go down. Duh. You gotta go this way. There it is. Well, this is just a reverse. You weren't looking at the reverse, so we will go ahead and look at it.
I thought it was a double die obverse.
Yes, but since we're here and he sent a pic on the reverse, we might as well look at it.
All right.
It's only fair. It's only fair. Okay, and here's what we're seeing. Here's what he's seeing. Okay, now, guys, do you see anything?
I see a little bit of something going on.
Yeah, but the question is,
that's a lot stronger there.
that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot stronger.
But where's the lettering doubling?
Well, it doesn't have to.
That's only a double
die obverse with just a date. Okay, so we see it's on the date is what he's showing us.
Yeah, that looks a little better.
I don't really see you see a little bit down here on the R maybe in trust, but again, I don't definitely.
I don't see it on that.
You don't see it on the R?
I see a little bit of something on the R, but the thing is so war there and stuff. I don't even see the grading company agreeing with that.
Yeah, the only thing I see is right here.
He does have it on the date. I do see it on the date. Now that you got a better zap of it. Oh.
Okay, let's go ahead and make it bigger.
Now you're blurring out.
Yeah, we're starting to blur out a little. I can see a little bit there in the date there and the 4. But again, that's something, honestly, if I was going to do anything with that, um, I would probably send it to Annex if I was even going to spend my money on grading it. Other than that, it could be just a die shift. That's what I'm worried about. They may call it.
Jack,
I mean,
come here, buddy.
looks like laminate, says Mrs. Coin Crew. That's possible. Silver Patriot looks like laminate. Silver Patriot says the E and the W. I see it in the 4, says William E. So there is something there, but what I'm worried about is I've had them like that where it's just the date, and the 69S penny is real notorious for that, where it's like on the date and they call it a die shift. And die shifts don't get anything. Please begin questions. Da 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 da. Thank you very much against an army. Bystack says, be nicer if it was BU. If it was BU, that would definitely be something, Donald. I'm just worried, like I said, about it being a die shift, and die shift doesn't matter a whole lot, especially considering the value of silver right now. So silver is what? 26 times 0.715. Silver melts.
It should be over 18 now.
Yeah, 18.6.
Yep.
So yeah, that's what you're looking at with silver. Okay, and 949 knows a little bit about it, just like I was calling it a shift. Dan Ing says machine doubling chatter dies. So that's where we're at with it, Donald. Wish we had better news for you, but it's not just our opinion you're getting. You're getting other people that are in the hobby as well. Again, nobody is an expert. It's all just opinion. If you really want to know, I would say send it to Annex. Otherwise, but personally, I don't think I would spend my money sending it.
He won't get the return he needs to make it work.
No, you won't. Because of the grade being low like that, you won't get a return on the investment.
The reason why I keep saying $100 or more is because grading companies did go up on their money on a lot of their grading, and you want to make sure you're making something extra off it. Unless you got the coin for nothing, then go for it. But
Italian G says, I've still not sold. Silver doesn't dip back to 24. Now, if you noticed, Italian G, what I said earlier in the show is I do think we will have some type of recess. How far or when, I don't know. But I still think we're going in an upward motion, kind of like a wave, but we're going up a hill. And I think silver is going to be the better investment this year. Don't get me wrong. Gold is strong. Gold is great. I love gold more than I love silver. But investment wise, I think people will be better off with silver this year. Mike, what is your opinion on that?
well, I mean, I love all types of metals, but my actual favorite is silver. I
You
think
like
it's going
silver?
to have the highest return in the end. I mean, I'm invested in all of it. I got platinum, palladium, gold,
No,
even a
don't even
rhodium
talk
bar.
to me about palladium, man.
I even got a rhodium bar, and that is the
Yeah,
best thing that ever
when
happened to
rhodium
me on
drops,
that
I'll be
one.
ready to buy that off you.
Yeah, I had a customer when rhodium was only 1,300 an ounce, asked me to order one. Then at the last minute, he decided not that he didn't want it, so I decided to keep it.
Well, when you guys have a coin, and Invisible River Ranch points it out right here, right now. If you have a coin and you have a question, right here on this show, we will tell you for free our opinion. We won't charge you for that. We'll let you know what we think. People in the chat will let you know. And it's not a matter of whether we're right or wrong. What it's a matter of a combined consensus. You get different people's opinions. And it's just like any other, I guess you could say, democratic process. The accumulation of more minds tend to be more accurate. So you're more likely to get a more accurate ideal of what your coin actually is. So that's the good thing about coming on the show. If you want to show us a coin, if you want to ask us a question, you, who knows? You might learn something. I know I learn stuff almost every Tuesday here. And I'm the guy on the other side of the camera and I'm learning stuff. And I've been doing this for almost 50 years. Yep, I'm that gray. You can see I'm starting to get gray up here. Yeah, Frank is sitting here reminding me. The Palladium's taking us here. You know, I had to buy that one in 2023 Palladium Eagle, and I normally don't buy a lot from the Mint. But I had to get that, Mike, because it's at 6,000 minute. They drew me in. The Mint's good at that.
Yeah, I know. He suckered me into one too.
Did he?
No, you.
Well, it was only 6,000. Well, now only 5,998 people.
But I'm in it so high now, I can't afford to sell it.
Donnie Johnson says, thanks for the show tonight. I recently purchased an 1875 20-cent piece, and the S mint mark is filled. Is this normal? Donnie, thank you for coming and enjoying the show. We really appreciate it. Mike, you go ahead and handle it, because I think the answer is yes, but you give him your opinion.
Well, I have seen a lot of them filled, so it's not unnormal. I think it's more unnormal to find one that has not got something in it.
Yeah, that's how I would feel. It'd be nice to have one that's not filled, because you got to understand, mint marks are small. They didn't have as much articulation in the process of minting back then as they do now. The machinery was not as good, so therefore the coins didn't come out as good. AK47, thanks for watching, my friend. We appreciate it. I've only been in the hobby for about, is that 1.5?
1.5 years.
1.5 years. I'm heavy into silver. What ratio would you recommend for someone in their late 30s?
Oh, you're a young man. You are definitely a young man. I always, you mind me going first, sir? Do you mind me going first, sir?
No, go right ahead, my friend.
Anyway, guys, I always recommend that 75, 25 in gold and silver, 25 being gold, 75 being silver. That's the mixture I keep myself. You're next.
I don't know if I want to put this email up, but I'll talk about it in a second. Inkman sent an email.
Well, you ain't going to answer this guy's question here? What do you think about stacking?
I think a 50-50 ratio. There's no doubt about it.
25-75 ratio.
You think more in silver or gold?
Yes, more in silver.
I just believe in rounding out. I like to have the same amount of gold and silver. And then I take the platinum and palladium. And then I just throw it in there.
Normal person, though, they can afford silver easier than they can gold.
That is true.
I recommend that.
Well, then I guess that would be a good recommendation. But it's
okay. Well, nobody's
got to screw you in the head.
Everybody's got your money, dude.
I'm not normal. I just like to try to keep the same value of each. But again, he's probably right. Probably 75% silver would be better. But don't let yourself get caught without any gold. Is all I'm basically trying to say. Mud swats on something. 1,000 ounces of silver and 100 ounces of gold. Yeah, right. I don't even do that.
Holy cow!
10-to-1 ratio.
You go, boy. That's all I got to say.
I know, right? You go, boy. Polite, these two brothers probably fought like dogs when they were younger. No, it was more like, Mom. That was me.
And I was always in trouble.
Mom, he did this. Mom, he did that.
You did not want to be around Keith when he was younger, because he'd set you up every time.
He's 8 years older than me, so it did put a little bit of difference in fighting. You know, he couldn't fight me. He couldn't get away with it. So industrial demand put silver into orbit. We may be headed for multi-year recession. Well, if we're headed for a recession, then silver's not good. If the industrial metal, which it is, it's It's also a monetary metal. But if a lot of it is used as industrial, and we head into a recession, which means industry goes down, that's going to hold silver back. So we need industry to stay good in order to help silver. There's no doubt about that. Got these at or below spot. Sorry for gloating. Oh, I'm gonna call you out, my friend. I'm gonna call you out. Yeah, we'll share that image. You guys see this? Got these below spot. Sorry for gloating. Dude, Inkman, congrats.
When did he buy them?
Don't matter when he bought them.
No, if he bought them in 2018, it does. Then yes, he did get them below spot.
Well, that's true, yeah. Because the Libertads didn't get hot until around 2020.
That's right.
Yeah, Inkman. So if you just recently bought them,
then he done really good. But if you bought them in 2018, you bought them at the fair market value.
Yeah. Thanks for including everyone's opinion. You and Mike's have looked at 10,000 more coins by extra eyes are never bad. That is 949. That is 100% correct. Thank you so much for your support and the $10 super chat. You rock, my friend. But yes, extra eyes never hurt when it comes to looking at coins. And that's why we like to basically, get your opinions on stuff. So here we go. Mike, will you be in Kansas City show this week? Yes, we were going to talk about that.
Yes, I will be. I actually leave in the morning.
Yeah, he is going to. Yeah, he was talking about that. He's leaving early in the morning. I ain't going to tell you what time.
Are you going to be there?
Secret.
Is he going to be there, though?
No, I'm not going to be there. Dan, are you going to be there? Dan,
I'm talking about.
Italian G, if you're going to stack a lot, silver gets hard to store. Bulky as crap. Yes, it is bulky. It does. And that's
why you build a 30 by 12 vault and just keep filling it.
Hey, just keep building it. Well, some of us ain't got it. Some of us are, struggling, my friend. Some of us are struggling. I am trying to keep up with the chat. I'm not doing great. I am doing my best. Just an internet coin guy says Invisible River Ranch. My response to the question is they were more recent than that, more like 2022, but I'll give a look at the third picture in the email. Coin Crew. Okay, let's look at the third picture. Okay, so there's third picture.
What is that?
Homer Simpson, man.
22 grams of what? Gold?
Homer Simpson. And he's got
22 grams.
22 grams
of gold melt.
10 karat white gold. 22 grams. Wow, that's nice. That's Homer, man. You know what they say? It's somebody's birthday, and I bet you they like Homer.
Yeah, I'd have to melt that down.
Okay, the reason why I'm taking his no way you got this less than melt.
Got what?
The reason why I'm taking his picture down because I want to keep his personal name private.
What's that?
1878.
Seated dollar.
Trade dollar.
Is it an S?
Well, I'm sure it is. There's no more pictures on that. So yeah, that's something if you got that for melt, my friend. I couldn't do it.
I would have had to pay him more.
I would have too. That's what I'm saying. I'd have had to pay more.
I got to sleep at night.
Well, he probably got it in a deal where he bought a bunch of dollars and silver went up a little bit and he didn't realize it was there, or the person just said, give me $20 for these Morgans or something, or
yes, it is a San Francisco. Okay.
It's funny. My name is Dale, but I'm invisible.
All right.
Alrighty then. Ah, that Keith bobblehead.
There you go.
Okay, he says 3.4 carats diamonds. The diamonds aren't going to matter a lot because they're
They're little
small,
baguettes. Yeah.
really diamonds. What matters is the fact that it's so cool and it's gold. I just seen some question marks. Tommy Stacker says, another supporter of the stream, thank you, Tommy, says purchasing metals now will increase people's cost average comment. Will increase people's, I think,
It will. He's saying it'll increase instead of bring it
yes,
down.
it
It
will
raise it up.
increase, but at the same time, it'll bring it down because you're going to buy more in the future if you're a stacker,
That's right.
and gold and silver is going to keep going up. But yes, it will increase your dollar average. But what's important is just that, Tommy, is you want to keep buying.
But Tommy, what if it just keeps going up?
Yeah, that's the thing. If it keeps going up, then you miss out by not buying. We're not saying it's going to keep going up, but I just don't see it coming down too fast, too quick.
I got people that bought silver from me 2 weeks ago and are laughing into the bank now.
Yeah. Talia G said, if I had to do it all over again, 50-50 gold silver instead of 75-cent silver. That's what I'm saying, my friend. I would just, if, you might take a little bit of a hit if you're having trouble buying the 50-50 ratio, but maybe buy silver and then trade in a little bit of the silver. Buy lower premium silver and then trade it in. I have people that do that. But I do think you should try
I'll
to.
stick to my 75.
I think, now that I think about it, I think you should be between 50 and 75% silver. Maybe a little, if you're a little sly, don't worry about it. But don't let yourself fall below the 75% silver to where you have
But
more.
if I had to be truthful today because of all the gold that's been dropped to me, I'm probably getting closer to the opposite.
Well, it's my birthday someday,
Yeah,
brother.
so guys, I'm going to be having a gold sale. So
I think a lot of the big dealers are having gold sales on their larger pieces, not so much your smaller.
yes,
But I've noticed there's a few of them holding it out. They're like, I got to make up for this because it's gone up so much. I don't know, man. Just like anything, if you're having trouble selling it, sell it cheaper. It'll move. But there's only so cheap you want to sell it for.
excuse me.
They'll sit there and a lot of times that I've noticed when gold and silver gets to these levels, it tends to start selling more to dealer than dealer to retail.
And that's what I'm thinking I'm heading to this weekend. I think it's going to be dealer dumping on dealer.
Frank Monge has a brilliant idea. He says just buy all the metals so that they are easily divided by your number of heirs, unless you like a good fight.
A good fight ain't bad every once in a while.
So that is a thought. And Steve says, my birthday's not till August. You know what, Steve? If he's going to give me some free gold, my birthday's every day of the year, my friend.
You know what my little brothers used to always tell me? Every time I got something new in, they go, today's my birthday.
That's right.
They have a birthday every day. There is no special day for them. Well, if you're giving them stuff, it's their birthday.
Honestly, guys, seriously, if your older brother gets something and you want it, what are you going to say to him? It's my birthday. That's the politest way to say, hey, give it to me.
They got good at that over the years.
Adam Jam says, what are your thoughts on mint products? So you think the mint is oversaturating the market? Do you think the mint is oversaturating the market? Go.
Yes and no. And what I mean by that is we got the Mint starting to play the game they did last year. I mean, I'm going to call it a game because the simple reason how they did it last year, dumping all them Eagles at the last minute onto the market. Here we go. They're starting to push back. The premiums are going up a little bit. They're saying there's a delay. You know, don't fall for it, guys. If you see the Mint starting to raise their prices like that, just buy generics. Don't fall for it.
I think that is probably the best way to do it because the Mint is such a big business. As you know, the U.S. Mint has basically,
They're the world's largest coin dealer.
well, not just that, but not has, but is a huge business. It's the only profitable part of the U.S. government that actually makes money without having to take it from people like the courts do. They literally make the money. So they have this system in place where they can sit there and, I guess you could say, market stuff to make it seem more in demand or more desirable. So again, just like he said, don't fall for it. If you want it, buy it. If you don't, don't. Don't, I guess you could say, don't be FOMO, man. Don't get FOMO with US Mint products. Because that is where they're getting a lot of people. They're creating this FOMO style atmosphere. And if you've known by the history of the US Mint, there is only a few products that they sell that actually hold their value. And the only reason some of their gold and silver products have held their value is because the gold and silver has gone up so much. But if it was still around that $5-10 an ounce for silver,
Here you go, guys.
that stuff would be.
This is a brand new gold coin the U.S. Mint released. Now remember, this here weighs a quarter of ounce gold.
Actually, it's not a quarter ounce, is it?
Yeah, the new $5 golds now are pure 999 fine.
Okay.
So look at it. $759.75. Times that by 4, sir.
At $2,400, that's only $600.
No. This is 700 and this you buy one of these for
$29.36.
$59.70. Huh?
Oh, $760 basically.
Yeah, $760. Might say $760.
That's over $3,000 an ounce, man.
There you go.
That's a lot of money, man.
That's okay. And wait, I think they just came out with another new gold coin. Let's see what they did with that one. Let me go back here. That's the other quarter ounce. Let's see. I think they came out with another one just recently. Here we go. Here we go. You guys are gonna love this. You'll love this set. Oh, to be determined, they pulled back on it. Okay.
Do you think, Mike, that the premiums on gold and silver proof eagles are going to come back up?
Oh, yeah.
So he does think they're going to come back up. All right. So
to be determined. Okay, so they pulled all their proof gold now that was supposed to be released this past month, and now it's to be determined. They moved it. Hey, maybe they'll release it at our show.
You never know. So
but anyway, guys,
the proofs are going back up then, right?
The proof golds and silver proof eagles are going to be going back up. You'll probably see it around the third, fourth week of this month here. Okay. And for all you guys that are hearing low numbers right now, I'm telling you, I just told a customer today, go put them in the safe. You'll get your money back and then some. Just got to set a minute. Just hold up for a couple weeks.
This is a question that I've pondered, and I've noticed that when the mint prices stuff, it tends to go up over a few years down the road. The metals tend to be close to what they're selling it at. So Adam Jam has a statement here. So are they pricing products at the true value of the metal? Are they forecasting where the metal is going to be in a couple of years?
If they are, that means they're manipulating the market, don't it?
That just means they know how to predict the market. I mean, with all this,
they're predicting it. They're setting it. just like they do everything else.
It's the government, right?
It's the government at work.
Yeah, but are they able to predict it? I don't know. Are they? Do they have some algorithm at
I
work
would
at
not
play
think
here?
that it's almost impossible to predict that far ahead.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's getting further out that they're predicting it. Because it was a couple of years down the road, and now it's getting 5, 10 years down the road. So yeah, they're
But
predicting. If you say
some of
it's a
their proof gold
prediction,
was supposed to be released last week, and I know they pulled it, but to be determined. I think they seen the gold making the move, and they was not ready to sell it that cheap now. They want to
well,
raise it
that's
again.
that's what I'm saying. When you look at it, if they're actually predicting it, they're saying gold's going to be $2,900 if that's what their pricing is doing. I don't know if it is or not.
Well, guys, as a rule on the history, and you know this too, Key, if you really want to know what the mint's going to be selling something for, look at the market before Wednesday. On Wednesday, they usually release some of that stuff, and you'll get an idea. They change their numbers on a Wednesday.
Do you pay premiums when buying from customers? Do you pay premiums? I
It
do. What
depends
about
on
you?
what it is. Yes, I do.
Foreign coins, silver coins, like actual coins minted for circulation, not this foreign bullion that they mint now. Do you buy some of the older world coins that are made out of silver?
We do.
There you go. I'd like to buy them too, but they're hard to find in good shape. Richard Deshaw, my wife 1.0 has recently started collecting stacking, started by buying from the mint, but now buys from LCS and introduced to her. Any advice you would give to a new stacker?
Well, here's the thing. You're already dealing with a local dealer, but guys, I tell you this: make a couple calls to a different couple of
Keep them in
places,
check.
and just make sure you're really getting the good deal. Don't tell them. Don't have to tell them what you really paid. Just ask them what they're buying and selling for, and get some numbers. You
Yeah,
know,
always shop around and keep them in check. It's different if you're willing to pay a little extra, but still, even then, if you like the person and you're willing to pay the extra, even then, you still should check around just to see where the prices are. You want to stay in tune. You don't want all of a sudden you're paying $20 for something, then all of a sudden you're paying $30 or $40 for it, and nobody else raised their price, just the guy you keep buying off of. Then there's a situation. Then you got to stop and think, do I really want to keep buying off this dealer? So you really want to make sure that you're doing your due diligence. Don't just trust. I don't expect people to trust me. I don't expect them to trust that our prices are fair and just. I expect you to do your homework and then make a decision from there. Do I want to pay less from these guys or do I want to pay more from these guys? Do I like them that much? And then your answer is probably going to say, well, forget Key, let's go with Mike. But no, in seriousness, do your due diligence. What do you think, bro?
I agree. That's why I mentioned that. Just check around. I mean, it's really easy to do. Some of the dealers might say, "Well, I don't want to give prices over the phone." That's fine, but just give a call and check with different people and make sure you're getting a fair deal.
Frank Mons has a great word of advice for Richard Deschamps. Don't let your wife know she's 1.0. It's not a good thing when you're referring to her. That's what he's saying. Avoid it for future updates. Just say wifey.
Hey, you know what, Richard? I agree with you. My wife's number one in my book too.
Yeah, but it's the point oh he's adding on there.
Yeah, I'll put that point on every day. I always
So
tell people there's only one thing in the world I'm scared of, and that's my wife. So I'll make her number one so I stay safe.
here's a question. If silver breaks $30 an ounce, the FOMO crowd would rush in more so than 33. Do you agree? I don't agree. What do you agree? Do
No,
you agree?
I don't either. I think if it breaks 30, and I know this in my area, my guys say if it hits 30, they're going to definitely invest more. They're going to be buying, they ain't going to be selling.
Yeah, I don't think they'll start selling until it gets up near that 50.
I got a lot of my guys wanting to wait to 50 plus.
Yeah, that's what
At
I
that
was
point,
saying.
I'd be a little worried about how many's going to rush my door. At 30, I'm going to be worried about how many's going to rush my door and trying to buy more silver. That I got to hurry up and find some more.
Here's a good question. What percentage of people do you actually think stack gold and silver here in the U.S.? If you had to give a number, 1 out of 10 or 100 out of 100, what number, if you had to say, out of 100 people, how many do you think actually stack gold and silver? Just a guess, of course. We haven't done the
Just a guess. Honestly, and this is going to be a wild guess. Some of you might agree with me, some of you won't. I'm going to say 40% of America stacks some type of silver and gold.
No. We're not talking some type. We're just straight up stacks. We're not talking about buys jewelry, just buys the metal.
Talking about silver and gold, stack some type of silver and gold. They stack it.
I think that's number is somewhere between 1 and 5%. Because most people don't even know what silver and gold is valued at.
Oh,
you go
no.
into a store and you ask people.
You guys need to come to Oklahoma.
Well, that's because of where you're at. I mean, around here, people don't even know what gold and silver is. They're like,
yeah, that's.
They say, "What do you do?" I say,
That's the East Coast guys.
I've seen people and they go, "What do you do?" I say, "I'm a numismatist." They go, "What?" "Oh, I'm a bullion dealer." They go, "What?" I said, "I buy and sell gold and silver." And they're like, "There's money in that?" That's the end. That's how they say, "There's money in that."
Well,
they have no idea.
That to me tells me
worth
that
nothing.
them people don't know how to save at all. Yeah.
And that is the biggest issue. And this is definitely a topic for another show. People saving for the future. Most Americans don't save a retirement. Most Americans don't have enough for retirement. And maybe that's something we could touch base on in the future. Because it is a long
more
topic.
and more people step into this, and I'm talking younger people.
I think it's between 1 and 5%. 10 to 8% on gold, 11.6 on silver, says Mud SWAT.
Well, maybe I shot for the moon, but okay. I'm still going to stick where I said.
Here you go. Shang says Seeker has a cool video on percentages of people stacking. The thing about that is, Deshang, and the reason why I want to say this, you can have a video, you can do all kinds of research, and you can guesstimate, but you could live next door to someone and never knew they was in it. You, even your spouse, and never knew they even stacked gold. They die or you get divorced or whatever happens, and all of a sudden you find this secret compartment that have thousands and thousands of ounces of silver. You never knew it. That's the thing about silver. That's the thing about
And
gold.
you know you're telling the truth.
You can't guess.
5 years I lived next door to this guy here in Grove. And all of a sudden he walks in my shop. He had no idea what I did. I had no idea what he did really. And he goes, he was talking to the guy. He says, "I've seen you before." He says, "I'm wanting to sell some of my silver and gold." And all of a sudden I came out of the bathroom. He goes, "Oh my God." My neighbor right across from me. We had no idea. I had no idea he had all that silver and gold in his house.
And that's the thing about putting an exact percentage on how many silver stackers and how many gold stackers are.
But now he knows what I do now. So, but yeah, it's true. It's really true. People don't know. And I tell people not to let people know.
60% of Americans don't have $500 for an emergency fund. I do believe it's pretty high. I don't know if that's the case. I'm not an economist, but I know there's a lot of people that live paycheck to paycheck.
There is, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, do we count? Do we? When we're asking this, though, are we counting the illegals too?
Nah, we're not even going to go there. We're just going to count people as people, because we're more or less looking at people in the U.S.
Right,
and the whole world, so it doesn't matter. Up here
in New York,
C-Bob, because I can't pronounce C-Bob's first name. It's K-Yuga Bob. Up here
in New York.
In New York, my customers want to sell silver when it's 35-40 range. You think it's good ideal for them? I don't know.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's however the people feel. Do I feel at 35 to 40 is a good range? No, but I'm a dealer and I stack. I'll be stacking when it's 100. But most of my customers are looking at 50 or above. A lot of them want to say they're hoping for the triple digit.
And here's a statement. It's not necessarily a question, a statement from Inkman. Thinks a younger crowd doesn't necessarily own precious metals due to their income versus the cost of living. The older crowd is more in tune with saving, investing in metals. I don't think that is the reason why myself, Inkman. I think it's the changing world, the changing times. The old crowd is physical items, physical asset, physical, like it's a movie, a whatever. They want it physical. And the new crowd, the younger people, like, I don't know what they call them, Gen Zers or Gen
I don't know.
Millennials,
Do you remember
whatever.
3 years ago at our show, we
They
had a
want,
15-year-old dealer there?
I do. But most of the Gen Zers type people, they want everything virtual. They would rather rent that movie as to own it and watch it again and again. They would rather rent it. They're a lot of minimalist nowadays, and minimalists don't tend to. They would be more apt to, if they stacked anything, I would think gold, because they don't like to own a lot of stuff. They don't like the physical world. I don't know why that is. I don't think it's just because it's income. I think it's more of a state of time, not just mind, a state of time. Half to 1% of America holds physical gold as a holding. Rick Rule. There you go. Welchco has a comment on that, and that's his comment. Wow, I was way behind, wasn't I?
Half of 1% of America.
Yeah,
Wow.
0.5%. Okay, 850 Canadian for a quarter ounce gold Libertad 2022 BU price. Good. 850 at 75 cents on the dollar, roughly, for American. Is that not about right? That seems like that would be fair price for a Libertad. Because you figure about 75%, that's about 600. For a quarter ounce, I think that's a good price. What do you think, Mike? A little over 650 for a Libertad.
650 is a good price for a Libertad.
Yeah, so yeah, I think traveling for you, I think that's a great price for a Libertad for Canadian dollars, not American. And it looks like you're asking for Canadian. That is my opinion. Do you think newer annex graded coins will ever get the premium value that PCGS and NGC demand?
No,
Ooh, great question.
no, I don't think they will.
They would have to completely change their entire system in order to get, because PCGS, NGC, they spend a lot of money on marketing, whereas Annex does not. They would have to completely rechange their whole marketing campaign for Annex to ever fetch those kind of numbers. And in
But
order to do that,
to be fair to Annex, they are starting to step up a little bit to the plate. They are attending a lot more shows. They're trying to get back into the game. Okay, they slacked a little bit on the marketing. Now they realize that's what they're in today's world. You got to market yourself.
so yeah, in order for them to do that, change that marketing feature, they're going to
Unless
have
you
to
are
spend more
like
money.
Barry or one of them on TV, you got one of them TV shows. They seem to get a lot out of Annex holders.
Statement from Rockzilla. Thank you for supporting the channel, Rockzilla. My youngest daughter thinks that stacking coins are for old people, but my oldest understands. Rockzilla, all you can do is try to educate them. Take them and let them see you buy a coin, or take them and let them. Actually, it's probably better to take them and let you see you sell a coin. Don't worry about you making money on the coin you sell. Just point out this is only a quarter and I just sold it for $10, something like that. And then people relate to money. Young people relate to that was only a quarter, and
Well,
you
you know,
got a lot of
look at
money
my
for it.
wife when I bought that dime for $850, and I walked across the room and sold it for 1,000. My wife at first thought I was crazy. As we just started dating. She couldn't believe
Yeah,
I spent that much for a dime. Then she really couldn't believe that the guy gave me 1,000 to buy it. But look at her today. Look at what
do
she
you-
does today. She's stacking that stuff.
that's right. Do you have a preference for grading service, Mike?
Uh, you know, I do not use PCGS hardly ever anymore. I really like NGC grading. Sorry, I got up early this morning. But anyway, I do like NGC's grading over all of them. CAC is new in the game for their holders. It still remains to be seen. I don't count them out. I think they're going to be a strong competitor in this game.
Aesthetics, I like NGC. Value, I like PCGS. CAC is still a newer player, so we're going to have to see where they go. Do you think silver is at? Do you think if silver is at $100, what would society as a whole would be like, or do you think it would have to go above 100 for society to start to crack? Do you think things are going to get wacky if silver got to 100?
I think we would see a whole different market. Yes.
No, I'm talking about just people. Hey, get out of here! That's my bread. I'm buying it. That type of thing. Do you think things would be crazy if silver got that high?
Well, guys, I think silver's crazy right now. This is why I tell you not to tell too many people because yeah, if you got a silver dollar or a silver round worth $100, guess what? Just imagine carrying 20 of them out. You're going to have somebody looking at you and thinking about robbing you. So
Yeah, because people are going to look differently. I think the world would be a much more dangerous place if silver got to that point. That's my opinion.
yep,
Rule of thumbs: buy the coin, not the slab. And yes, I
correct.
know certain ones are higher value than others. That is correct, Inkman. A very good rule of thumb is buy the coin, not the slab. Having said that, people still buy slabs. That's something that
Well,
I don't think
mostly it's
that'll ever
some of the
change
younger
too much.
generation that just don't know how to grade. I believe because you
Yeah,
got to grade the coin. You're not buying that holder. You're buying that coin.
yeah, that's the thing you got to look at. Um, the younger generation is not going to. A lot of them will. Some of them will. Is not going to learn how to grade coins. It's going to be hard. Why isn't silver not considered a one tier asset like gold? I think that's because of the industrial applications for it. Hey, Coach's Magic, what's up? I think that. Why do you think it's not considered a one tier asset? Most most of gold is invested in jewelry.
It is. They do get used in other stuff, but mostly it's in jewelry. That's what I said earlier on in this that some of the founder companies are taking some of it because there's so much being dumped on the market and now turning into jewelry. Jewelry
JetMech has
color.
JetMech has an excellent statement here. He says, if we're talking 50-50 or 25-75 ratio in gold silver, his question is what percentage of your net worth or you're talking about for the metals themselves? I myself, I'm a lot of you'll hear a lot of financial advisors say 10 to 15% of your net worth. I am a gold and silver buff. I'm leaning more for 25%, but each person's got their own feel, their own vibe. But I feel I keep 25% of my net worth in the metals. And I think it's a good number because if I need liquidability, it's there. What about you, Mike? Where do you think your entire net worth percentage should be? We
Well,
never really touched on it.
well, my net worth is a little higher than Keith's what I got and what I hold because I really believe in the metals themselves, and there's a lot of people like me that are like that. Now, what I always say is, what are you able to live without? What are you? Let's say you got all your bills, you got to pay your bills and stuff. Is it 10%, 15%? 20%, whatever you can afford to put in some type of precious metals or stocks or whatever you feel like doing. That's what you should do. But never exhaust yourself where you can't afford to live.
No, but I think what they're saying is, I think what Jetback is saying is, where is enough? If you look at your value, like your silver value, your total net worth is say $500,000, $500,000. Should you have? In my case, I would have 125,000 in metals. That's the minimum I would have in metals, 25%. If you had $500,000 in net worth, or let's just say a million for adding purposes. If you had $1,000,000, I would have 250,000. If you had $1,000,000 in net worth, how much of it would be invested in gold and silver? I think that's where he's going at.
I
If
would
it
probably
goes up and down, then you're.
because of the way I am, 50 to 60%.
So he's heavy percentage wise. He bets a lot on silver and gold. He believes strong in it. There's no doubt about it. There are people, much what's like 99.9. He doesn't want to live. You can't live it that much.
Hey guys, friend. I still got to drive a vehicle. I got to still pay for that gas. I got to eat. I can't do 99.
BDS 101. Thank you for supporting and watching the stream. We appreciate it. He goes, what's the secondary market like on the new Morgan silver piece dollars?
They're still down right now, guys.
On the 2023s, they're down. The 2021s, the only one that's good is the piece dollar and the CC privy.
Yeah.
Other than that, they're pretty soft. Okay, so we're going to get fancy. He's like, I'll put them question marks there, upside down because I'm crazy. Coach's Magic. What would you say your silver gold is more liquid than the average person being coin dealers? That seems like an important thing for the average viewer to keep in mind. Would you, them upside down question marks got me tweaked.
Yeah.
Would you say your silver and gold is more liquid than the average person being coin dealers? I think no matter if you're a coin dealer or a person, I think silver and gold is very liquid. Doesn't matter who you are. Would I say mine is more liquid than the average person's because I'm a coin dealer? No, not really. I don't think it would be. Yours is just as liquid as mine. Gold is gold, silver is silver. Just a matter of what you have, and that's the importance about having a variety. He's asking, I think the way I'm understanding, they're asking if ours is more liquid than the average public because we are dealers. What do you think, Mike?
No, I mean, there's going to be just as liquid. It just depends on how much you got. I mean, you know, yours gonna be no more than mine as far as liquiding. You know, the thing is, guys, it's what you can afford. I'll say it again. You know, yes, do I have more? Probably, but you know, I've been doing this for many years. But there is people out there that I know are not even dealers, got a lot. I mean, I got one guy that's threatening if he figures out his safe number, he can't remember it. He's an older gentleman. He keeps telling me, wallet's going to hurt, and I believe him because I know what's in there.
So this has been a great show this week. Guys, if you have any questions for future, send us an email. You can even send us emails during the show if you like. CoinCrew20 at gmail.com, or just type in exclamation point email. And we will be more than happy to, you know, answer questions, show your picks that you have. Whatever you want to do there, we'll do our best to accommodate. But please, when you're here next week, or I'll be here next week by myself because Mike's got something he's got to do. I'm going to attempt to do this by myself. I don't know how good I'll do because he has a previous engagement.
I do.
So, I thought you said you had to, you had to do that thing. We'll talk about it when you're over.
Okay.
So, yeah, he might pop up, but I don't think he will because he's got a previous engagement. So, we're going to do what we can to, give you guys information to the best of our ability. We want to thank everybody for being here, supporting us, watching the show. You guys have been great. thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for all the views on all the videos. And if you haven't checked out this guy right here's Vit channel, Mid America Coins, go check it out. Oh, and do me a favor, Mrs. Coin Crew, check her out too. She's got a squirrely kind of channel, if you know what I mean. So, guys, thank you for the support. I'm going to let this big guy here come on up and say what he got to say. Oops, wrong guy.
Wrong guy. Hey guys, thank you for coming out. Listen, if you guys think of anything you'd like to ask, please do ask. We will try to do the best we can to answer them all. Listen, we are going to plan on, or at least Keith's going to plan on being here next week. I'm going to see if I can be, but if I'm not, you guys have a great week. I will see you soon. Thank you.
Okay, and tomorrow morning on the Ida Heron Show, which starts at 8 a.m., is the After St. Jude party for the She Shop. So go check it out. It's 8 a.m. If someone can throw a link up to Ida's channel, it would be greatly appreciated, JJ or Against the Army. So there's that. So if there's any other thing, again, guys, please don't hesitate to send us questions.
Don't buy mystery bags. They are right about that.
Yeah, you guys, if you watched, I ripped into that one on Silver Seekers channel.
I did watch both of them. I watched Rob's too.
Well, I didn't do the one on Rob's.
Oh man, you got to see it.
No, I mean I didn't rip into his bag. No, I'm gonna do that. I might do something like that. I might order some mystery bags just to rip into them.
Hey, Mid America's got some good mystery bags.
Oh, well, then I won't buy them from you because I can't rip into them. So, guys, thank you so much, and we will see you Sunday Fun Day event this Sunday. We will see you next Tuesday right here, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Coin Crew. So thank you so much, and we will, I guess, we'll see you later. Thanks for watching.